today I'm going to be talking about my opinion on The Acolyte. For episode 1, I've only seen the first episode, and you guys... Alright, so I know a lot of people didn't like The Acolyte. On the Rotten Tomatoes, it has the worst Star Wars project thing I've seen. Like, it's worse than freaking The Last Jedi's thing, and that just proves, like... I think that's just proof that a lot of people didn't like it. But here's my opinion on episode 1. So, we'll start off with the plot, the characters, and just basically the overall point. So, the plot is there's a Jedi killer, and in the episode 1, so the entire plot for the entire show was supposed to be there's a Jedi killer and that is the Acolyte, I'm pretty sure. And there's a Jedi killer, and they killed the Jedi, and and that's the whole plot of the show. Basically, there's just a Jedi killer going around killing Jedi. That's basically the plot. It's a basic, simple plot. Then the episode plot is that they think that Osha, the first character, killed Master Sundara, and that is so they go after her and they find her. And they interrogate her, the Jedi, her friends, and yeah. So then you realize it wasn't her; it was actually her twin sister May, and then she crash lands on a ship on Karlak, and then they're gonna go ahead and just try, and then they're gonna go take her to prison. That is what the point. They're gonna go arrest her. Her master Soul, her friend, Zord, and I don't know the Padawan's name. I don't remember the Padawan's name. I just watched it. I don't even remember. But yeah, that's basically all. That's all the characters I just listed. The plot of the episode, and I think it's gonna be the next one. The next episode is she's gonna go to Coruscant probably, and they're gonna arrest her. And it doesn't seem like it from the end of the first episode. It's obvious that he has an attachment to her. And attachments are okay as long as you don't let them consume you. And he doesn't let them consume him. But, so far, I think episode 1 is probably a pretty good episode. It's pretty good. You guys are probably going to hate me for this. But I want to state my opinions out there. The actors did their job. And you shouldn't hate on the actors. Hate on the characters. Hate on the writing. But do not hate on the actors. If you hate the Acolyte. But that's my thing. And I just think that Acolyte episode 1... Okay, maybe the Acolyte wasn't the most highly anticipated show, but the trailer was sick when I saw it, and I wanted to see it so badly. But I was waiting for it, and then I honestly couldn't wait for it. I saw the trailer. I just saw one trailer. I think there was multiple trailers. I'm not sure though. But then I was like, I really want to watch it. But then when it comes out, I see it on everywhere. Because every day a new episode was coming out, and all I was seeing was from YouTubers was, this show sucks. This is so effing bad. It's like, yeah, maybe it is bad. And I was like, maybe it is bad. I don't know. I can't say it's bad because I didn't watch it yet because I was watching I was watching other Star Wars things. I was watching the Clone Wars, and didn't want to jump ahead. I didn't even finish Ahsoka yet. Because Ahsoka, man, some of the episodes after episode 4 and 5, it got really after episode 5, it was really boring, man. I'm still watching Rebels, by the way, guys. I've been done with Clone Wars, as you can tell if you saw my last few videos. Yeah, it's not the worst Star Wars. It is probably the worst Star Wars show to the fans who didn't really enjoy it, who really didn't like. There was fans out there who probably didn't like it because it was a black lead character. But no, I don't think that because it would, yeah, you know what, fine. There's parts of the Star Wars fandom where you would say, where there's people who only like white lead characters. There's people who don't care, and there's people who just like Disney. There's people who do not like Disney Star Wars at all, and they don't watch it. There's people who like Disney and George Lucas Star Wars but prefer George Lucas, and there's people who like some Disney projects and just really all the George Lucas projects, and that's the entire fandom now. But nowadays, it's all like political, and like if you don't like a Star Wars project, it's all that you're racist or sexist or something like that, which is kind of what it was. It's kind of what sometimes people say is, and that's what I heard about the actors in the show were really like saying that about the entire fandom. And there's just certain people in the fandom that you could point out as yes, there's people who are racist and want a white lead, but that's not all of them. There's people I watch. I only watch the people who don't care if you're white or black or Hispanic or it doesn't really matter what race you are or Asian. It doesn't really matter. You can be as long as the characters are good and the writing's good and the plot's interesting. That's all that matters. And episode 1 was a strong start. I'd say it was a strong start. I'm gonna say it to kind of start off a show. They did a good job on it. But would I compare it to Clone Wars, saying it's better than episode 1 of Clone Wars? No, episode 1 of Clone Wars was way better. And I don't like episode 1 of Clone Wars, the season 1, episode 1. But that was a 7-season show because that show was interesting and people enjoyed it. But I guess people just didn't like it because it wasn't because it was a black lead. I think it was because the writing was bad, is what people say, is what I've heard from a lot of people. It's from the people I watched. So Jedward, Star Wars Theory, though, and a lot of other people saying the Acolyte that was bad wasn't because it was because it was a female lead, a black female lead. That is not what they said. They said the writing was horrible, and that's all they said. But I can't go off of YouTube, but I do see people on YouTube recording Twitter or X or whatever, going on there and seeing, and then there's people who are on, there's people, actors literally watching YouTube videos of people, and then they're like, reporting them to YouTube and stuff like that, saying they're racist and stuff, even though it was Star Wars Theory. I saw that. Amanda Stenberg literally reported Star Wars Theory, my favorite Star Wars YouTuber, literally, other than Jedward. He's getting reported for all of this, and that is just insane for him. And I'm pretty sure they did. People were reporting him for people who like the Acolyte, reported him. I like him. I liked him. But let's talk more about the story, not why people hate Acolyte. Okay, so the Acolyte, episode 1 was basically, that was the plot, and the setting was basically either the Jedi Temple on Coruscant, or on Karlak, or was that weird ship that Osha was working on. But that was the main two settings is the Jedi Temple on Coruscant and Karlak. That's basically the entire setting of the show. It's episode 1. But I can't base it all off of episode 1. So when I continue, I'm gonna upload this YouTube video when I'm done talking about it. So was episode 1 a good episode? It was a strong start, like I said, but is it a 1 out of 10, a 10 out of 10, or is it a 0 out of 10? I'm gonna give it a 6.5 out of 10. It was above average for that. Episode 1 was a really strong start for a good show. But was it better than let's compare it to Mandalorian episode 1? No, it was not better than Mandalorian. Or was it better than Book of Boba Fett? No, Book of Boba Fett was way better. Had a better episode 1 episode. Had a better episode there. And what about Ahsoka? Did Ahsoka had a better episode 1? Yeah. I mean, yeah. I like that. And guess what? Who Ahsoka is. Did people hate Ahsoka? No. But guess what skin tone she is? She's black. And did I care? No. I didn't care. Would I have preferred for the original actor to play her? You know what? Yes, because it's her voice she played, and I thought they would have done that. I would have also thought they would have done with the original Clone Wars people. That's what I would have thought they would have did, was get the Clone Wars actors, but they didn't. But that's fine. I didn't care about that. I thought they would have gotten the Clone Wars actors to play them in live action, but they got Hayden Christensen, which is even better, because I like Hayden Christensen, and I also like Matt Lanter, and I like Jake Lloyd. But now I'm just saying that episode 1 was I was gonna say it was a 7 out of 10, 6.5, and that is my final rating of episode 1. If you guys disagree, I don't care. You guys can disagree all you want. It is just a TV show. At the end of the day, it's a Star Wars TV show. We all have our own opinions. You could say I disagree in the comments because you need to be, people got to be respectful, honestly. Yeah, this is my opinion on the Acolyte. I don't know if you guys disagree with, if you guys agree with me. What do you think? Was it a strong start? Do you think it wasn't? Let me know in the comments, because it wasn't. It was a good. It was a strong start. There's a lot of people. There's a lot of mixed opinions on this show, and I know that for sure. I've seen people talk about this all the time, and they just talk about how it didn't make sense to them. But who knows? Those are just people who have literally read every Star Wars book, have read, who've watched every Star Wars project, and it doesn't make sense to the plot, the entire timeline. Probably, maybe. But I haven't read every Star Wars book, and I haven't. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. When I'm done watching episode 2, I will record another video talking about my opinion. But so what we're gonna do is 6.5 out of 10. That's my rating for it. 6.5 out of 10.